Hello you guys, and welcome back to another Shop My Stash video. Happy Vlogmas day 13, hopefully. We are going to be doing a Shop My Stash video today. Here is my bathroom counter. This is where I get ready, and let me just explain. So right here is typically where I was housing my project pan items. Now it's kind of moved into just like things I'm using every day, as well as some new products, some things that I've just like randomly pulled that I want to remember to use, a couple of lingering project pan items. And then over on this side, again, some new things that I'm wanting to test out, some chopping block items, etc. So I'm not going to be touching any of the things in the top parts of my counter. There are all of like my palettes that I'm currently trying to use, etc. Okay. So moving into my top drawer right here, everything's in a bit of disarray. It's chaotic here. It's Vlogmas. You know, it's not New Year, New Me yet, but here is my top drawer where I have some of my skincare, some of my beauty tools, and then lips and eye products. I've tried to like kind of make some sense of this, but it's also kind of looking like it's in candies right now. So let's just start going through stuff. So lips, I try and put all lip products that I have actually used off to the side, and lip products I haven't used here, like in the middle. Some kind of have gotten mixed. I just wore my ColourPop I Love Sarah E liquid lipstick the other day, and I have used my Persona liquid lipstick in Holy Grail. Both are pretty similar. I do want to keep one red pulled just because I feel like it is kind of like that time of year. So I'm going to put Persona back because it's not quite as old as the ColourPop, and I'd rather get more use out of this right now because this honestly should probably get decluttered soon. Over here, my sister recently gave me this from Tula, and this is kind of like a lip treatment. I do kind of want to keep this up here, as well as this Kosas lip treatment. I'm going to put those in there. I'm going to keep those in here. I have my Charlotte Tilbury lipstick in Very Victoria. I have used this, and I actually just like pulled this. This wasn't something that was in my Shop My Stash rotation originally, but I pulled it because I was feeling like I wanted to reach for it, but I'm ready to put that back. I've gotten a ton of use out of my Lawless lip gloss in the shade Velvet, so I will put this away for the time being. I'm going to keep my Bite Beauty lip gloss out. This is in the shade Cinnamon Twist. I recently finished off a different shade in this. Also, you can't get this anymore. Bite Beauty is not a brand. Would like to try and finish this, and I feel like it's a good time of year to use this lip gloss shade. So I'm going to keep that. I'm also going to keep this Tower 20 lip jelly in rotation. I don't think I'm going to be able to finish this by the end of the year. I was hoping to. It's not going to be possible if I put it out of rotation, so I'm going to keep it in rotation by the off chance I might finish it. I will put back these three products. I have the Makeup by Mario Lip Plumping Lip Serum in Apricot Glow. I've been using that. Also, this MAC lipstick in the shade Give In. It's this really beautiful like nude pink shade. I feel like this is like not focusing on what I want it to focus on. I've used this quite a bit, so I'm gonna put that back. And then also I will put back this one from L'Oreal. This is the L'Oreal Glow Paradise in the shade Beige Eden. I've used this a ton. I love this product, but I am gonna put this back. Okay, moving into like this cubby, my Bite Beauty French Press Lip Gloss is going in a project that hasn't wrapped up, so that is going to stay. I'm also going to keep the Makeup by Mario lip pencil in rotation, but I'm going to pull this out and put it up in one of the like cubby containers on my counter so I remember to use it. The Kylie liquid lipstick in the shade Candy K I haven't reached for, so I'll keep that in. The Kylie lip gloss in the shade Like I actually have used quite a bit, so I'm going to put this back. I have actually been reaching for my Lawless Forget the Filler in the shade Velvet, but I love this formula, and this is like the perfect time of year to reach for this shade, so I'm going to keep this in. I also am working on the Dose of Colors liquid lipstick in the shade Brick in a project, so that will stay. I'm going to keep the Makeup Forever lip pencil in because I'm going to wear this with my red liquid lipstick. This little mini Dose of Colors lip gloss I was hoping to finish off before the end of the year, but I don't know that's going to happen, and I've used this a couple of times. I'd rather kind of rotate in a few other things, so I'm going to put this back. I will keep my Pat McGrath lip gloss in because I haven't used that. The Stunna liquid lip paint or lip paint from Fenty in Uncuffed. Needs to be shaken up. I haven't used this and I need to, so that'll stay in rotation, as well as the, actually I'm gonna put the Beauty Bakery liquid lipstick back. I didn't reach for this, but I don't think I'm going to, so I'm just gonna put that back. And then the City Lips lip gloss, it's like a lip plumping gloss. I reached for this a couple of times and I'm ready to put that back as well. And then I have this one from Kosas, which my sister gifted to me. I still haven't reached for this. This is in the shade Fringe, which is a deeper shade, and I do want to test out the shade to see if I like it and see if I want to keep this. So I'm going to keep this in. Okay, moving into the second drawer. This is more chaotic than I would like it. Where to begin? Let's start with like we can start right here. So this is mostly like Project Pan items in this first little section of the cubby, except for my Victoria Beckham bronzing duo. I am ready to put this back. I reached for this a couple times. It's a little deep for me right now. I feel like I have some better bronzing options, so I'll put that back. I have my Lorac face palette. I have my Smashbox face palette. I have my Hourglass ambient lighting powder. I have my Charlotte Tilbury bronzer. I have my Makeup Forever highlighter. I have my Kosas airbrush powder. I have the Ofra highlight in Milk and Cookies. This has been going in 2 rotations thus far, and I'm actually ready to put this back. I did reach for this quite a few times since the last time I updated this, so I feel like I should put that back. I have my Hard Candy Hydrating Sheer Envy Primer. I'm actually going to keep this in rotation, and I'm going to be putting back my e.l.f. Power Grip. This actually wasn't in my Shop My Stash, but I pulled this in for my chopping block to see if I could get use out of it and how I felt about it. Not my favorite primer, but I'm not going to declutter it, and I've actually been reaching for this a ton lately, so I'm going to put this away. My concealers, I have the Elsie concealer, which I barely reached for, so I'm going to keep that in. And then I have my e.l.f. concealer, which is going in a project. Those will both stay. Over here I have my ColourPop Pretty Fresh foundation, which is something I'm working on in a project. I will put my Jouer Duo back. This also was something I pulled for my chopping block, and I've been reaching for this a ton. Going to keep it. Forgot how much I love that. This e.l.f. spray is going in a project, so that will stay. I'm going to be putting back my CoverGirl concealer. I had this in my chopping block. I do really like this. I'm going to keep it. My Charlotte Tilbury contour wand I am going to put back. I did reach for that quite a bit. This cubby right here is kind of like products that I did reach for, and then this cubby back here is kind of things that I'll probably keep in rotation. So I have my Fenty Beauty Eavesdrops in the shade 7. I use these a couple of times, but I'm not self-tanning right now, and this is just too dark for me, so I'll put that back. I'm also going to put back my e.l.f. Halo Glow setting powder. I'm just not into loose powder right now. Ready to put that away. The Flower Beauty Day Glow Illuminating Glaze. I actually think I'm going to keep that out. I used it a couple times, but I would like to use it a few more times. The Beverly Hills blush, the Merit blush in the shade Beverly Hills. I used it a couple of times, and I actually really love this shade, but I am ready to put that back for right now. The Vesca bronzer is beautiful, but more warm toned. This was a chopping block item as well. I'm going to be keeping it. A lot of my chopping block items I am going to keep, but I am going to put that back for now. The Charlotte Tilbury blush in Pillow Talk Intense has been in for 2 rotations now, and I have gotten quite a bit of use out of this, so I am ready to put this back. And then the Kylie blush in We're Going Shopping, I actually reached for quite a bit as well. It's just such an easy to wear blush shade. I kind of want to keep this in, but I did use it a lot, and I do need to cycle through my blush collection, so I will put this back. The Dose of Colors highlighter, it's still on the chopping block, still thinking about that, so that will stay in. The Ray Rider highlight, I've used a couple times. I can't decide if I want to keep this, you guys. I'm going to keep this in, use it a few more times. That's still on the chopping block. Same with this. The Becca blush in the shade Songbird is on the chopping block. Haven't decided. And then I'm going to keep in these things right here. I have the Dior Powder No Powder. I haven't used that much because I'm still trying to finish my Kosas powder. I have the NARS highlight in the shade Fort de France, which I reached for 2 times, but I actually really enjoy this highlight, and I forgot how much I loved it, so I want to use this a little bit more. I also have my Charlotte Tilbury highlighting wand in the shade, I think, Pillow Talk. Gonna keep that in. I have my Persona blush stick in Bubble. I would like to reach, actually, I think I'm ready to, I'd like to reach for this a couple more times. I'm gonna keep that in. I'm gonna put back my Rare Beauty liquid blush in the shade Love. I'm just not reaching for this right now, so I'm gonna put it back. I am going to keep Ilia Dreamer. This one looks like I did not reach for that, and I do want to before I put it back. I have my Artist Couture Loose Highlight in the shade Summer Haze. I've been wanting to reach for this for months now and just haven't. I'm gonna put it back for right now. This is definitely more of a summer highlight for me, and I don't want to keep lying to myself saying I'm gonna use this or reach for it, and I'm just not right now. So I'm gonna put this back. I'm also going to put back, actually no, I'm gonna keep my M Cosmetics highlight in the shade Clarity. I'm gonna keep this out. I'm like kind of trying to decide if this is on the chopping block as well. Okay, over here I have my Chanel foundation. This is the Healthy Glow foundation. This was on the chopping block. I've been using this and actually really enjoying it. It's a great shade match for me right now, so I'm actually gonna keep that out. I have my Merit foundations, which I still haven't reached for. Shame on me, I need to reach for those, as well as the Vive blush in Piazza. I didn't reach for it all, so I wanna keep that out to reach for it. Still need to test this Kaja blush stamp, so keeping that out. Gonna keep out the Makeup Revolution cream bronzer. Haven't reached for that. Same thing goes for my Patrick Ta bronzing duo, bronzer contour duo. I didn't reach for this at all, so I want to keep that pulled. And then the last thing is my Ofra blush duo in Chick Lit. I didn't reach for this, so I do want to keep this pulled as well. I missed a few items up here. I have this. This is the Laura Mercier Holiday Blush Palette from last year. I actually reached for this a ton, and I don't want to put it back because I've been loving it, but I do want to cycle through my blush collection, so I will put it back. I also have my Smashbox blush pulled. This is like something I depotted from a very old palette. I'm just gonna keep this pulled. I love this so much, basically any time of year. And then I have a couple other chopping block items, just a couple of like single shadow products over there. I have my ABH Dewy Set Setting Spray if I want a dewy setting spray. And then I have the Benefit Porefessional for a setting spray to lock powders in. So that is everything for these two drawers. Now, and I always have my eyeliners just back there. That's my entire eyeliner collection. Okay, now it's time to go shop my stuff. All right, you guys, here we are, ready to shop this stash. Do I want to even, I suppose I'm gonna grab my NYX Born to Glow concealer just because I feel like everything else I've used relatively recently. Plus, I really do want to finish off my, like, I really want to keep working on my e.l.f. one. For a primer, I think I'm gonna grab the NYX Plump It Right Back Primer just because I tested this out when I first got it and haven't used it much since, and it does feel hydrating on the skin while still being thin. And me living in Minnesota, I need all the hydration I can get right now. Okay, hopefully that lighting is better. For powder, I don't think I'm gonna grab anything. I am really trying to just finish my Kosas off before the end of the year, and that's really my focus. Like I said, I'm not really feeling a loose powder right now, so we're just gonna call it good for that drawer. Moving on to foundation. Again, there's some foundations I'm really trying to focus on and potentially finish up before the end of the year, or at least make significant progress so that they can be empties towards the beginning of 2023. So I think I'll just grab one, and I'm gonna grab this one from NARS. This is the Light Reflecting Foundation, and this was new to me this year. I really did enjoy this, and I felt like the wear time on this was good. I feel like mine's separating based on like how it was. There we go. Needed to be shaken up. I feel like the wear time on this is good, so I feel like I can wear this to work and I will really enjoy it. So I'm gonna pull that, and that'll be good for my foundation. By the way, I was testing this out, never came back to do speed reviews on this, but this one from Tarte is also really beautiful. This is the Shape Tape Cloud Coverage. Really enjoyed that, just as a quick side note. Into my bronzer drawer. Oh, I have some products. Funny enough, I just filmed my top 3 in every category, and there's a bunch of products here that I included in that video that I haven't put back. So if some of this is like, if you're like, where are some of your products, Steph? I'm just behind because, well, Vlogmas, and I haven't put all my makeup away. I think the only bronzer I'm gonna grab, actually I'm gonna grab 2. I'm gonna grab this one from NARS. It is the Laguna bronzer. This is the like sun washed one, so it's more buildable. I feel like this is just such a nice like lighter bronzer for this time of year, especially for like when I'm more fair. So I'll pull that, And then for a cream slash liquid bronzer, I feel like I just had this pulled, but again, perfect for this time of year when I'm looking for something a little bit more light in the bronzy. And this is the Iconic London Sheer Bronze, and it definitely does have more of like that sheer bronze effect, so I feel like this is just perfect when I'm not looking to be like summertime bronzed, you know? Moving into my blush drawer, what am I gonna pick? I think I'm gonna grab my Clinique Honey Pop blush in Pink Honey Pop. It's just a really neutral blush shade, perfect for any time. And then, ooh, I'm gonna grab Fenty Glow. It's like this really bronzy neutral blush. I haven't reached for a blush, like, even though I feel like this is maybe better in the summer, this just adds kind of a bronzy glow to the cheeks. I'm gonna grab this. Yeah, we're gonna do it. And then actually, do I wanna grab Nectar? No, because I'm trying to still work on my Daniel Sandler. I'm gonna grab my NARS Blush Duo. This was an old holiday palette, so time to get use out of it. Yeah, perfect. This was the Heartbreaker palette from NARS, and I can't even remember, is this like 2017, 2018? I will pull this one. Moving on to my highlight drawer, this also houses my mascara. I don't need any more mascara. And then it houses lashes and brow products, which I'm also good to go on. So I'll just grab highlights. What do I want to grab? Maybe I want to pull Laura Mercier Rose Glow. This is a really subtle highlight and it has a rosy tone to it. It's just so beautiful. I'm going to pull that. And then I think I might also pull Mary Lou just for the nostalgic factor. Yeah, we're gonna pull Mary Lou, and I think that might be it for highlight. Do I want to grab this? No, I feel yeah, I think I'm also gonna pull this one from Flower Beauty. It's the Spotlight Liquid Highlight. I have mine in the shade Gleam. Okay, moving into my single shadow drawer, I really feel like I shouldn't pull anything because I'm so bad at using my single shadows, but also need to use them. So I think I'm gonna pull this one from Jaclyn Cosmetics. This came out last holiday season, so I feel like it's a perfect time to pull it. It's actually in the shade Icicle, and it's this really pretty like glitter topper champagne shade. And I actually have been liking, like, I say I haven't been using my single shadows, but I think it's just because I've been focused solely on my ColourPop Super Shock shadow. So I actually have been using a single shadow on my eyelids, but I just haven't been cycling through my single shadows. I do feel like this is such a great time of year for me to reach for this, and I do feel like with some effort or with this pulled, I really can make some good progress on this. So I'm gonna pull this one. Okay, lip products. We have my lip gloss drawer. I'm gonna pull this one from Becca. It's the Liquid Crystal Topper in Citrine / Apricot. I loved this last year, and I feel like it's just like the perfect shimmery lip topper. Perfect for like New Year's Eve, like perfect for this time of year. And then I feel like maybe I should be good for lips. Maybe I'll pull one from Buxom. This is in the shade Celeste. It's the full-on lip polish formula, and another just like sparkly one for this time of year. Then we have lip liners as well as liquid lipsticks. I think I'm gonna pull MAC. No, maybe yeah, I'm gonna pull MAC Strip Down just for a nice nude lip pencil. And then for a liquid lipstick, what do I want to pull? I have a red liquid lipstick. I don't necessarily, I think I actually might just pull this little guy. I actually really like this formula. It's the Matte Stain from YSL in the shade 23. And it's just this little guy, so maybe I could get some good use on this and potentially try and pan this one early next year. In this bottom drawer, I have lip balms / Mycosis lip oils and some just like some of my favorite lip glosses. I don't feel like I need to pull anything from here, but I feel like maybe I'll pull my Fresh Lip Sugar in the shade Icon, this red shade, because I feel like this is like the time of year to pull this out and use it. So I'm gonna do that. And also I feel like I should get use out of some of my Clarins shimmering lip oils. So maybe I'll pull this Lip Comfort Shimmer. This is in the shade 7. And this will be good for that drawer. And then my bottom drawer is just like products. I have this drawer, it's empty right now. It's for products that I'm currently testing that I'm like ready to review, but obviously this is an empty drawer. I almost forgot my lipsticks. What lipsticks do I want to pull, if any? I don't know if I want to pull any lipsticks just because I'm feeling overwhelmed by all of the lip products I have to use. Maybe I'll pull this one from CashApp. I was just testing this, but actually really enjoyed this. This is the Heart Melter, and this one is in the shade Let's Chill. It's just a really easy wearable formula. It's comfortable, so I'll pull this and that'll be good for my lipstick. Alright you guys, and after that, that is everything for today's video. I have put everything away. Everything fits in the drawers. It does look a little messy. It does look a little bit chaotic. I may have to reorganize just a little bit to make more sense of everything. But those are all of the products in my current Shop My Stash rotation, as well as obviously the products that were already up on my vanity. I've got plenty to choose from. I'm very excited. Hopefully I can be a little bit better in 2023 about updating my Shop My Stash more frequently, but that's gonna wrap it up for today's video. Thanks so much for sticking around to watch and for supporting my channel as well as Vlogmas. I love you guys so much, and I will catch you in tomorrow's video.